No, I just want to say hi to Perry because I don't think we met. I'm work with Nadia in the international office. And she kindly got in touch with you, I think, to invite you to the session. So thanks very much. Because Nadia's actually in Nigeria at the moment, so she's I don't think she'll be joining, but we never know, she might pop in, but because she's busy with lots of events in Nigeria at the moment, and Ghana as well. So
cool. Sounds good. Good to meet you.
So she's actually on the ground as we speak, so doing like lots of fairs and visits and things. So
interesting.
But Perry, you've met Nadia. She's one
yes,
of
I have.
Yeah,
I have. Yeah. She's an amazing woman.
She is.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah, we're lucky to have her, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Well, Tanya, we're ready when you are.
Okay, yeah, I'm waiting for the UK to kick us off until we know we have more people online. I think that we're just waiting for more people to join. Gloria or Yuki, can you just give us a sign when you want to start? Are we still waiting for people to join?
I don't know if we lost her.
Hello, yes, I'm here. Yes, we are. We are still waiting. I'll just quickly let you know. Thank you. Okay, so hi everyone. So I'm about to start. Hi everyone. Hello everyone. Many thanks for joining us today. We are going to be having an interactive section with Kingston University, and I have here with me Babs, Tanja, Anna, and Perry. Hello.
Hi.
Okay, so they're all going to be telling us everything we need to know about Kingston University's details and everything. If you have a question during the course of this webinar, please kindly drop it in the chat box below. And once we are through, I will be reading the questions out to our host. Hello. Okay, so I'll be handing over to Babs. Babs, can you hear me? Okay.
I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, so I'll be handing over to you right now.
Okay, great.
All
Thanks.
right.
And thanks for organizing this. Hello, Ugochi, Emmanuel, Amaka, Chisom, very familiar names. Good to have all of you here. And okay, hope I got the name right. My name is Bab Bengida, yeah, so I am a Nigerian like you. I work with Kingston University. I am the course director for business management and entrepreneurship, and also the course director for entrepreneurship and innovation management, all undergraduate programs at Kingston University. To start with, I don't have slides to share with you guys, just gonna talk to you guys from the heart. I'm an entrepreneur by heart and by trade, what I do. So I share knowledge in Kingston on one side, and I also have my own business outside of Kingston, where I support startups with fundraising and also trading commodities on the international marketplace. But we're here to talk about Kingston, so more than happy to do a deep dive into that. So I think just like you guys a few years ago, I did my PhD in Kingston, just to let you know. So I'm an alumni, not just working for Kingston. So I've walked the path with Kingston. I understand it to a certain degree. And it's been an amazing ride, starting from my days in doing PhD, where Kingston offered me a very unique opportunity to have, you know. Can you hear me okay? So, okay, good. So, and this is what we call studentship, which is similar to general scholarship. So I had that. I would have been paid about 60K pounds, and I got that free with Kingston University, right? So I was able to complete my PhD in entrepreneurial finance, focused on venture capital. I did that over a period of 4.5 years. Supposed to be 4, but had to collect extra data. Had fantastic support system. Myself and my supervisor then, Yanis, which has become a very close buddy and associate now, gave me such a unique and tremendous support while doing that. And he's someone I could always rely on, But beyond that is doing that, leaving Kingston, and then having to come back to share knowledge and give back within the classroom, particularly within entrepreneurial space, right? So that I think is extremely amazing, a rare opportunity to have that. And then beyond that, I think within Kingston, there is a lot of support systems within the entrepreneurial space. At the very heart of business school, we try to promote entrepreneurship. As I was just telling colleagues yesterday, yesterday we hosted an event called Crowncast Live at the business school in partnership with Institute of Directors UK, the Young Executive Arm. And we had investors, venture capital investors. We had some angel investors. We also have private equity firms in attendance. Some of these firms, so think of 20 million pounds to $2.5 billion. Were there with us in the room. It's generally really hard to get that in one particular space within academic institutions, but we have that. So system in Kingston. We also have things like Bright Ideas, which allows for idea validation, because for us, it goes beyond just teaching. Theory is great, but there are certain pathways that you need practice, right? Practitioners to be part of it. So we try to embed both theory and practice at the heart of what we do. And that's why a lot of those that you find within the institution are also practitioners, or they've got deep knowledge. They spend time in the industry. Probably they've got their businesses, their consulting. And so it's not a case of telling you this is 1 + 1 is 2, but it could be 11, practical settings, right? So we tend to have that combination within Kingston. With Bright Ideas, we also organize lots of events, guys, to support startups. We have startups outside within the Kingston community as also part of it. There are things that we also do with young enterprise. I'm super proud to let you know that May this year, my students had the opportunity to pitch their business idea to the royal family. One of the royal family, Princess Anne. So it started in the classroom with just ideation, and then it took it up to that level. It's not something you find common among universities. We're one of 2 universities in the UK that had the opportunity to do that. So I think it's excellent. Sorry, Lawrence, do you mind putting yourself on mute, please? Yeah. Lawrence and Gospel, please put yourself on mute. There's interference, background noise. Or maybe Gloria can mute them, that would be great. So we have all of those support systems in place, and mainly to encourage students, some of the competitions, there are prize money that we tend to give, and that would help from that prototyping to MVPs within those competitions. Now, taking it one tier up, we also have one of our colleagues, Bahar. She's got a program called Help to Grow. So it's one thing, I believe you're aspiring entrepreneurs, perhaps, maybe. It's one thing to build a business, start a business, another thing to grow the business. And I could categorically tell you, it's usually very challenging to take it from that £1,000 to £100,000, but the next year of that 1 million to 10 million pounds, it's something that can be crazy, yeah. So, but we have Help to Grow team here in Kingston supporting businesses with their growth strategy. So there is a lot of support system, basically, that's what I'm trying to say, within Kingston, that's available to you guys that you can tap into. But I think one thing coming back I just remembered when I was a student here, I had the opportunity to work on some fantastic projects. Projects funded by World Bank, projects funded by European Union. I had the opportunity to travel to over 10 countries as a result of engaging in those projects. And all funded by Kingston, So I think it's unique in its own right. Sorry, do you mind muting Lawrence, please? I think there's a background noise from Lawrence coming in.
All right, I'm shutting off.
Okay, and as a result of all of that, I think we ended up having, Anna's going to talk about it, but more recently we have the TEF, right? Teaching Excellence Framework. It's just amazing in Kingston. So the students tend to be happy. Generally in Kingston, we have what we call student voice, where we allow students to also share their concerns. So we tend to listen to students But the other key thing is also preparing students with relation to future skills. So it's not just one thing to look at what is happening currently within at the industry level, but looking at what's going to happen outside when you're done. 5 years from now, 10 years from now, what sort of skill sets are employers looking for? So we try to integrate that into the curriculum in Kingston, okay? In terms of, well, I know generally for international students when coming, there may be a little bit of concern of what's going to be next after study, right? Where do we go from here? Well, it's good, you're lucky that new regulations now suggest that you can have up to 2 years for the graduate route, right? The graduate route, I think, is 2 years. So post-study, you have up to 2 years that you can apply for that. And the whole premise of that is to allow you secure employment. Some of the options that are available within our programs, you also have opportunity to have internships, right? And then on some of the modules, there is something where we call consultancy in practice, one of those modules that allows you to interact and engage with businesses from the outside world, okay? This, I think, is just very, sorry about that. This, I think, is just very, very unique, but it offers you the opportunity to prove yourself to some of these employers, and that could be possible employment opportunity for you out there once you're done. So the graduate route is there. There's also what we call the startup visa routes that you can take advantage of. Typically, I think in the past, it used to be startup visa, now it's innovator visa route that you can take advantage of. And then, if you want to build a business, and then you have at the university level, you can be endorsed for that, right? And there are other institutions outside that can also endorse you for those kind of visa sponsorships, okay? Thirdly, I think with regards to, what is it called? Your time in Kingston, there are lots and lots of activities, lots of events organized internally that you can leverage on and make the best use of it. So not saying this mainly because I work with Kingston. I mean, Kingston, as much as it's there to me, I have experienced it firsthand, and I'm still experiencing it in Kingston, okay? I don't know if Q&A will come in later towards the end, but I know I'm not going to be here till the end of the program. I'll probably should at some point. I've got a class to deliver. But yeah, that's it. I'm not sure. I hope I covered most of it. Or should we open room for a question quickly, or Tanya?
Yeah, thanks, Babs. I don't know if you, Gloria, are we going to do, sorry, my video is playing up a bit. Are we doing questions at the end, or should we allow some questions now because Babs has to leave later for maybe we can do a short period of questions now for anyone that has questions for Babs before he has to leave.
Okay. Do you have any question for Babs before he leaves?
Great. You're shy. You're welcome to drop in the chat box.
Yes, please, if you have any question for Babs, please kindly drop them in the chat box below, and I'll read it out to him to answer.
Okay. So Gloria, I don't know whether that's my turn now. I presume it is. So just first of all, thank you very much for inviting us to be here today. It's a real pleasure. And I hope that I have the opportunity to see and to meet some of you face to face pretty soon. Thank you, Babs. I'm just going to talk a little bit different aspects about Kingston University, and specifically the Master of International Business Management, which is the program that I lead. I am the course director of that program. I've got a few slides just because I want you to see a few things. So let me see if I can do this without losing you all. I think I can actually share my screen. Can you see my screen now? Can anybody tell me whether you can actually see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Perfect.
I can see it.
So can you see a big slide with a few photographs of Kingston? Is that what you see? Yes. Okay. Good. So I just wanted to show you a few photos of Kingston. Kingston is a fantastic place, and this is where we are calling you from. It's really at the doorsteps of London. I think we can get to London in under 30 minutes. So really, Kingston is London. Is very, very close to the capital. It's also one of the safest boroughs to live. It's a beautiful place. It's a very leafy riverside location. So it's a wonderful place to be a student. There are lots of things you can do here. There are 2 royal parks, lots of history, great travel networks, lots of buses, trains, 3 train stations. So it's a beautiful place to spend a couple of years. Kingston is also an ancient town with lots of history, going back to the 800. This is the place of the coronation of several Saxon kings. So it's a beautiful place for those of you who are also into history. As you can see, a few photos here. This is a very famous falling telephone boxes sculpture in the center of Kingston. We also have the oldest bridge in London. So there's a little bit of everything for everybody. Lots of things to do in Kingston. And this is where our university is located. Universities are large organizations, right? And Kingston University is no exception. I think we've got over 16,000 students at the moment. We have around 2,000 staff, 5 halls of residence, over 300 courses. Kingston University is a big university, and it's also a melting pot of diversity and ideas, people coming from all over. It's a great place to study. Kingston University has been ranked very highly on some of these, ranking. I think we ranked 40 in the Guardian University Guide. We have also been ranked as one of the top 10 London universities, and is also always ranking very high when it comes to young universities in the world. So as I said, it's a fantastic place to be. We've also ranked very high in research submissions, and as Babs was saying, also recently in teaching excellence. We actually rated gold. So it's fantastic. So how about our students? Well, you can see a few faces here. Our students come from all over the world. We have a proudly diverse mixture of students coming from different countries, from a great variety of backgrounds and cultures. About half of our student body actually comes from minorities, from Black, Asians, or other minority ethnics. So lots of our students also commute. They don't live necessarily very close by. And we also have quite a lot of numbers of students that are mature learners. We've got very famous alumni. I don't see whether you can see some of them here at the bottom. People like Eric Clapton. Eric Clapton, maybe some of you know, this is the famous Eric, English rock star, guitarist and singer and songwriter. People like Lawrence Dallaglio here. Lawrence Dallaglio, he's the English retired rugby union player, former captain of England. People like Hadia Tajik. She is a Pakistani Norwegian jurist, and she was only 29 years of age at the time that she became the youngest minister to serve in the Norwegian government. As you can see, people from all over the world. You can see here also Asha Solet Philip, an English sprinter. Really, our alumni make it in so very many different ways and in so very many different countries. We're so very, very proud of them. The Kingston Business School, a little bit about the school where we are located, is actually in a beautiful, leafy, self-contained site. We have a mixture of modern and more historic buildings. We've got lots of facilities, cafe, restaurant, bars, tennis courts, table tennis, lots of an outdoor facility, an outdoor fitness trail, fantastic place. We've got lots of facilities for our students to be able to learn. Some of them are purpose-built facilities, or others are our more classical lecture theaters. So we're also one of the very few universities in the United Kingdom that have a real-time Bloomberg trading room. And if you are actually coming to my program, you'll be able to use that as part of your learning. I want to talk a little bit, as Bob said, about accreditation, because I think this is very important. I'm sure that you will be looking at other universities, not just Kingston. And I want you to also look and consider this. Kingston University, because accreditation is very important. So Kingston University, Kingston Business School is one of the handful of institutions that has been accredited by 3 major international bodies. We were recently re-accredited. So we have got unbroken MBA accreditation since 1984, which means that, we've got a worldwide recognition about the quality of our MBA program. We've also got ASCSB accreditation. This is actually awarded to the entire school. And again, that places us at the very top, at the top 5% of business schools worldwide. Again, quite an important thing for you to consider as you are thinking about different options. And also we've got EFMD accreditation. So again, it's very, very important, because the fact that these programs are accredited means that they have been recognized by subject-specific professional bodies, and that again, they've got the quality that you deserve. So in particular, the program that I lead, MIBAM, we are recognized by ASCSB, EFMD, and also AMBA. Very good. So I want to tell you a little bit about my program as well, and a little bit about the people that work in my program. You've already met Dr. Babs, but there are lots of other people. Our staff come again from all over the world. You can see some of the faces here of people that teach in the Master of International Business Management. It's a truly international group of lecturers. They also collaborate with researchers and organizations around the world. We have partners and collaborations that include not only universities, but also multinational corporations, other businesses, non-profit. For example, museums. We collaborate with non-governmental organizations. It's a very, very exciting place to work. Something that is very important for those of you who are interested in MBA or MIBAM programs is that teaching is almost entirely delivered by active practitioners, people that are actually now active, like Professor Babs that you just heard about. He is himself an entrepreneur and he teaches entrepreneurship. So again, you could not have a better person. Again, that really ensures a high standard of teaching and industry knowledge for all of you to take advantage of. What else can I say? Well, I think there is a little video which I typically like to show just a little bit about my program, and then I could sort of stop here and you can ask me any questions that you like. Let me see if I can stop sharing my screen and see if I can find where I can play the video. Let me see if I can do this without losing you all. If I'm not able to do that, then we'll do it differently. Okay, good.
There's no volume.
I can't see any. Yeah, I was going to say I can't hear any sound unless someone else can.
Any better?
Still no volume, no sound.
Hi, Anna. The videos are playing, but there's no sound, and I think it's skipping. Can you hear me?
We may have to skip the video if it's not.
Hi, Anna. Can you hear me?
The energy that you want to get in short to reciprocate one day to clap and stand for you. So just keep clapping. Thank you. Now, fun fact about Mr. IT that I figured out is he's all.
We still can't hear the Anna, we still can't hear the video. Maybe we should we skip it and go to questions? Or do you want to maybe talk a little bit more about the pathways of the international business management briefly before we go to questions?
I doubt she can hear what you're saying.
Yeah, I think that explains. I'll message her directly in the chat, maybe. Try that.
I don't know whether you've been actually able to see it and to see and hear properly. I'm happy to put the link on the chat, and maybe you can just watch it in your own time. And that's all for me. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them, or maybe at the end.
Yeah, I think it'd be a good idea if you can post the link in the chat. I think that would be good. And Gloria, should we open up for any questions now to Anna, and then we can go on to Perry?
Okay, so I think we have some few questions, and Taja is already attending to them in the chat section. I see Taja has responded to a few.
Yeah, so if there's any, I mean, I'm also obviously happy to answer any questions in the chat if you want to post them. But if there's anything specifically that anybody wants to ask about the course or the business school or the International Business Management course, because obviously Anna's here as a course director, so has a lot more of a detailed understanding of the course, then she'd be very happy to answer any questions. But I'm also happy to, if anybody wants to type anything in the chat, then that's also fine.
Yeah. Okay, we can just move ahead, and okay, I think somebody dropped. Oh, okay, no, we can just move ahead, and if there are questions at the end of the session, I'll just read them out and we'll do a general answer. I think that should be fine, if you don't mind. Can you hear me? Hi, Perry.
Hi.
Perry, you're muted.
Hi. I just unmuted myself. Hello, everyone. My name is Perry, and I'm from Nigeria. In Nigeria, I basically was an entrepreneur. I ventured from I was in entertainment for 3 years, then ventured into the agri business, then eventually ended up in the hospitality business before I moved there. 10 years ago, I did a master's here in the UK. I was quite young, I didn't have much experience, and it was just okay, surface level type of master's level for me then. Then after doing our businesses in Nigeria for how many years, I decided to move out here. But the intention I had whilst moving out here was that I wanted to go to one of the best space to actually study my MBA. And when I actually got to do the interview with Pauline, that kind of just sold the uni to me, because my agent got me a few schools, and the best one we picked was Kingston. But I wanted to experience the things they say about the uni in person, So I think from my first meeting with Pauline, I kind of like got a glance of what it was going to be like. And that when I got to uni, everything started happening for me, So before I got here, I wasn't so big with like really connecting with like people. I mean, I talk to people a lot, but I like the idea. The first thing that really got my attention was the diversity. The diversity they talked about, Babs talked about it, Anna's also spoken about it. It's real. It's not like, sometimes people sell things online because like marketing is literally what drives any venture. But what is very important is the authenticity of any venture when you get to experience them in real life. I was lucky that my first module was in responsible management. Prior to Kingston University, I did not even know there was any module called responsible management, even if I knew a little bit about like ethical practices, but not the depth of it. So just coming into Kingston kind of like made me understand the depth of ethical practices, not just academically, but in real life, and how you can actually really practice, so that got my attention. But I'm currently a creative designer and for a men's clothing line. So what Kingston has done for me and is still doing for me is to shape me. I didn't really know much about venture capitalists, didn't know much about business angels, none of these things, but when I got here, I actually began to see myself as more. But that's what the university did for me. It wasn't that I was always so confident about what I could do, my performance, but it's just my ability to open up in a safe environment where lecturers listen to you, they have an opinion. I've never really felt uncomfortable in any of my classes. If you message them, they are willing to guide you or refer you to whoever they think can give you what you want. So there are like so many universities like that, because I have people who still go to uni here, but the experience I share is almost like they don't get that at their university, So it's really, Kingston University has really helped me with connecting with people from like Asia, like people from like a lot of people from Nigeria as well, and being able to have a rapport with like lecturers. Whilst in Nigeria is not something that is so common. You can't really interact with like lecturers or have like a one-on-one relationship with them, but that's what the uni gives to you. And all you need to basically do is come with your authentic self. I can't stress this enough. Come with your authentic self. Be open. I am not saying everybody in your department would be the best for you, but you would actually find your tribe. I call them my tribe. I have a lot of Indians who are my people. I have a lot of people from Japan and China who are like my friends, because I keep moving from one group to the other, because the course is very pragmatic. Besides the theory part, the practical part is what you would enjoy the most. Yes, presentation gives you some sort of tension, especially group presentation as well. But what is very important with this presentation is they level you up from one space to another. It makes you understand people. And I recently had an experience, we were doing a model in, what is it called again? Innovation, in enterprise and innovation. Enterprise and innovation, right? Yeah, so what I picked from that model was basically knowing how to really own your business, knowing how to really work with a team that is very collaborative. Because every team I have worked with, I've experienced proper conflict, which is normal, but this is the only team that I have worked with that I didn't really have conflict with them, just because people were just willing to work together. And they are all new cohorts, September cohorts, because I noticed that some group would really have been together since the course started. They literally people like to work with people they are comfortable with, which is normal. But with me, I don't, because I like to experience people. So I've had 4 different groups of 5 that I've worked with, just to actually really see how people work and learn more. So when I noticed a couple of new cohorts were looking for a group, I walked up to them and I told them that, guys, I'll join you people, because I noticed that my people or cohorts who came before me were like trying to like really be click and really work together. It's not a bad thing, you know, but giving people that comfortable space to understand that they are not here alone, that even if you're coming into this space, there are people who see you, you know, is very, very imperative. So I got to work with these guys, and I kid you not, we had one of the best presentations based on the feedback from the professionals who listen to us. So it builds your confidence level. It gives you room to be able to open up and talk to people. You can dialogue with people. You just need to be open. Do not be uptight. Nobody is going to make you feel intimidated. If one person does, you would find someone else who would make you feel comfortable, but just leave your spirit open to understand people, you know. So that's what Kingston has done for me, and it's still doing more. Yesterday, I happened to be part of the Bright Idea meeting they did, and that also opened my eyes to a lot of things, you know, talking about angels, talking about venture capitalists getting funding. It's always been me working to fund my businesses, not knowing that you can be in a space where you don't even have to be a citizen of the economy. Just by being part of Kingston University, being a student of Kingston University, you get access to so many opportunities. You know, it's beyond the tuition fee you paid, it's beyond what you saw online, it's even more, you know. So that's what I've been experiencing, and I would not change Kingston University for anything, you know, just because it's giving me the strength I need to really carry on and to believe in myself a lot more, you know. So I think they've pretty much summarized everything, but there's one thing I would like to really close this out with. If you're coming to Kingston, just come with your ability to really get to know people for real before judging people. You know, you don't have to do too much. Just come, be open, interact, ask a lot of questions. Trust me, there'll be somebody that is more than willing to answer your question. So I think that's really all from the top of my head, but I'm still enjoying the ride. I'm not done yet. Thank you.
Thank you, Perry. I think from people like you, we learn a lot. I think for our students, you know, obviously you're going to be learning from lecturers, professors, but you're going to be learning from each other. You're going to be learning from the experiences of students that come from all over the world, and that's really invaluable.
Thank you.
Thank you, Perry. That was quite an interesting one.
Thank you, Gloria.
Okay, so I don't know, Tanja, do you have anything to say? I see you'll be answering our questions in the chat.
Yeah, so I think Babs is leaving, so thank you very much for taking the time.
Thank you, Babs.
I hope your class goes well.
Babs.
Thank you, Babs.
Everybody, Anna, see you later. Bye.
Bye. And I think I think we've pretty much covered everything. I mean, I think the only thing I just wanted to mention that we do have a January intake, or it's January start, which is coming up very soon. So if you are interested in applying for January, then please speak to SA UK, speak to the counsellors about submitting your application as soon as possible, because there's not much time left. It's still possible, but you know, with visa applications, obviously, to be considered, it's now the time if you want to apply. But then if January is too soon, we obviously have September intake, and for that you have a bit more time. We also, somebody mentioned in the chat about we do have scholarships available to students that are worth £5,000 towards the tuition fees. They are competitive, so it's not easy to get a scholarship, but we encourage everybody that has an offer. So you first need to apply for the course and get an offer for the course before you can submit a scholarship application, and details of that are on our website, and I can also post a link in the chat if you're interested. At the moment, we're just publicizing the information for the January scholarships, but there will also be something for September, which will be announced early next year.
Okay, so I just want to quickly ask a question. Is there like what's the study gap? Do we have a study gap for this course?
I'm
What
not
do
sure
you-
exactly what you.
That's for WIEC. That's for WIEC. We have a study gap for the WIEC. I mean, the university, does it require WIEC or IELTS? And if it does require WIEC, does it have a study gap, maybe 7 years, 5 years?
I'm not sure exactly
yeah.
what. Yeah, go
Let me
ahead.
just quickly, you know, that's where we need Nadia. Because Nadia is our region manager for Nigeria, so she would know that the. Let me just have a quick look on our entry requirements. I'm not a country expert, but I can quickly have a look and let you know.
There is a lot of information as well on our website, and I have put the Kingston University International Business Management program, webpage, but you can find information about the MBA program or any other postgraduate programs as well on our sites. It refers to the typical offers, what you need to have in terms of a first degree, also information about any relevant experience prior to entry. And also, again, if students don't meet the entry requirement, there is a pre-master's program that can prepare students for the course. I don't know if that's what you were referring to, but there is that possibility as well. The IELTS, the English language requirement, it depends on program. So you will have to look at the requirements in every program. For a MIBAM, for the Master of International Business Management, is 6.5 overall and no element below 6.0. Again, all this information is actually available on our website. And again, if you don't meet the language entry requirements, all applicants are eligible for a pre-seasonal English language course. So that's also, that's also an option, because we understand that, most of our students might need some help with their English.
All right. I don't know. Does anybody have anything? Any else? Hey, Bolaji, you want to say something? Okay, somebody's asking what's the turnaround time for application. I think Sandra.
Yeah, I think I've already answered it in the chat, but I mean, normally, obviously, it depends what course you're applying for and if the application is complete. We would like to have a complete application, obviously, with everything that's required, and then in that normally, then we can make a decision between 2 and 3 weeks. Obviously, this depends also on what time of the year it is, and if it's really busy, we get many applications. But that's generally sort of what we're looking at. That's why, I mean, if you are interested in January, I would strongly recommend to apply sooner rather than later, because there's not a lot of time left. But for September next year, definitely have plenty of time to apply. And you find
applications are actually reviewed on a rolling basis, so it is better if you apply, and if there are any questions or any information, any documents that might be missing, then we will go back to you. But I think it's better that you put your application as early as possible to give you the opportunity to be reviewed early as well.
All right. Hi, everyone. So if you have any more questions, if you'd like to get more details, more information about studying at the University of Kingston, please kindly send us a message. Contact us, SIUK, and we'll always be here to help you with your applications. And yes, your January intake is currently open. Please, you can start your application process right away. Just contact us and we'll help you with the whole arrangement and everything. Thank you so much to our panelists, Anna, Perry, Sandra, and Babs. It was quite an interactive section. And thanks everyone for joining this webinar. Do have a great day, everyone. I believe, Anna.
Thank you for having us. It's been a real pleasure. And as I said, I'm really looking forward to seeing many of you in London.
Have a great day, everyone. Bye.
Take care.
Bye, Tanja. Bye, Anna. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.